Yeah, because yeah, that slavery did happen. Okay, it says so we will want to say something went wrong. People made mistakes, but we are sorry for whatever happened. While an estimated 17 million Africans were taken from the western coast of Africa to become slaves in Americas, that listen, when you come to America, you see that the people who were brought in slavery here, it wasn't no Africans, man. Okay, they were Israelites, because that was the prophecy that we were gonna come here in by slave ships and serve slavery. Okay, and you can tell the difference between Israelites and Africans. Okay, it says where was I? Millions more died during overland marches to slave trading forts such as Elmina after being captured by fellow black Africans, which is once again also incorrect. The idea, because they weren't fellow black Africans, those Hamites, they were Hamites. They were a different nation. The idea that some Africans sold their own people into slavery has been downplayed by history books, but it's a fact that Ghana has never tried to hide. Well, guess what? That's incorrect. Okay, that people still have that misconception, man. Because what you did was that you had, I believe, during the Renaissance era. All right, let me just search it in here. Um, got his name right. Blumenbach. Yeah, I think it's this one. Um, just bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to find. There it is. Right here it says this is Johann. What's his name? Johann Blumenbach. All right. Now he was the one who came up with this. All right, he was the one who came up with this, and there it is. It says here in 17. Now I'll start at the top. It says one of the first classifications of mankind was made by Carl Linnaeus, 1707 and to 1778, the father of taxonomy in Systema Natura. In this work, Linnaeus followed both continental geography and a color scheme that divided man into white European, dark Asiatic, red American, and black Negro. In the style of the times, many of the characters used by Linnaeus to classify. What's up with this? There is to classify his races were quite subjective and unscientific, such as hopeful Europeans, sad and rigid, Asiatic, erasable American natives, and calm and lazy Africans. Oh, okay, Salakia. Hopeful Europeans, sad and rigid Asiatics, erasable American natives, and calm and lazy Africans. Okay, and you had this man Johann Blumenbach who basically continued that. Okay, and had it to where he just classified the complexion. All right, if you were of a dark hue, you were an African. That's it. Okay, when before that, that's not how it was. There was a distinction between the Negroes and Africans. Okay, but he had grouped it all together. Okay, to where people think that just because you're living on that land, or if you're of that complexion, you are of that nationality. That's not how it works. Okay, so let's go back here. It says long before the coming of Europeans to Guinea, coast of Africa, our people here already practiced slavery. Philip Amoa Mensa, a volunteer guide at Elmina Castle, told the Times. Emmanuel Hagen, Director of Research and Statistics at Ghana's Ministry of Tourism and Diasporan Relations, says sometimes a simple apology can go a long way. We have something we call the healing to take care of that aspect of the relationship, because we cannot gloss over it. Hagen told the Times, we just want to say sorry. Let's back down. Let's calm down. I think that if you say sorry to somebody, no matter how hard the feeling is, once you say sorry, it mellows things. Well, guess what, man? guess what? The time Esau, and you Hamites and you other nations, sorry ain't gonna cut it. Okay, sorry ain't gonna cut it. So I just start with this precept here in Revelation 13, and I start at verse 10. This is it, man. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, which is what happened to us, man. We were led into captivity, okay, by all these other heathen nations. Okay, but the one that the topic right now is these Hamites and these Edomites. Okay, it says shall go into captivity. So sorry ain't gonna erase that. All right. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. The patience and the faith of who? The saints who are Israelites. Okay. Psalms 50:5. Gather my saints together unto me, those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice, which were what? The Israelites. Those were the ones who did that. Okay, so that's our patience. We're gonna get that revenge on our enemies, and it's gonna be righteous. All right. So I'm gonna get this precept here because it's written in the scriptures. All right. That whole slave trade. All right. I start at verse 3. This is Joel chapter 3 verse 3. It says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine. Okay, so they were trading us for prostitutes and for drinks. It says what? That they might drink. Now you think we gonna do that to our own nation? That we were in such a horrible condition that we'd sell our own people, all right, for drinks and prostitutes? Nah, man. That was those dirty feces eating Hamites, man. Those big lipped, black, tall, anorexic looking beasts. Okay? It says, yea, what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? Okay? Talking about these Hamites. All right? And all the coast of Palestine. Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. Okay, so the Lord is saying, man, what you gonna do? You gonna revenge it? You gonna get revenge on me? Like, you gonna get at me? And if you do that right swiftly and speedily, I'm bringing it right back upon you, man. Because who are you to try and come at the Lord? All right, you out here selling the Lord's people. It's over, man. Okay, and just to show you real quick that Tyre and Zidon, them Hamites, the Lord, Jeremiah prophesied, all right, of that. Jeremiah chapter, where is it? 47 verse 4. Funny how they're both in verse 4. It says, because of that day that cometh to spoil all the Philistines, and to cut off from Tyrus and Zidon every helper that remaineth, for Yahweh will spoil the Philistines, the remnant of the country of Caphtor. Okay, so just like he said, he's, you know what I mean, in the book of Joel, Zidon and Tyre, referring on to those Hamites. Okay, they sold us. All right, and it'll go into who they sold us to. All right. It says, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians. Okay, because the children of Judah, all right, the southern kingdom, we fled, all right, into western parts, into Africa. Okay, and we were sold what? Onto the Grecians. It didn't say that the children of Judah sold themselves. It says what? Tyre and Zidon and all the coast of Palestine. Those are Hamites. They sold us. It says the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians. All right, because the southern kingdom are part of are part of Jerusalem, which Jerusalem is a people before a place. Okay, Yerushalayim, city of peace, and we make it a city of peace. Okay, so it says, have ye sold unto the Grecians? The Grecians are the Edomites. Okay, which today will go by Caucasians or white or whatever they like to be called. Okay, which they're really red, but they sold us onto them. All right, that ye might remove them far from their border, because after we were sold from Africa, all right, we were brought all the way to across the world, all the way to different parts of the world, to the Americas. Okay, and many other places, and that we were far from Israel, far from our land. Okay, which the scriptures prophesied of that. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 28. Verse 68. Okay, it says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. All right, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. How were we brought into Egypt with ships? By the slave trade. Okay, when we were sold to the Grecians, all right, they brought us, and we were removed from our border. We were removed by way of ships. Okay, that's why it says, thou shalt see it no more again, talking about Israel. All right, we were removed, we were brought all the way across the world to Egypt to serve slavery. And that Egypt there is referring onto slavery. Okay, and also referring onto America, because the scriptures say that this place is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Okay, it says, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Buy you meaning no man shall redeem you or save you from that condition. Okay, and until this day we're still in that condition. All right, and even though it might not be physical hardcore slavery like it was back then, we still in slavery. All right, our people have been messed up to the point where they're mentally and conditionally messed up. Okay, and it says, ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen, meaning slave men, and bondwomen, meaning slave women. Okay, so let's just go back to Joel. All right, it says because ye have verse 6, Joel 3 and 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. Okay, and that's what the Lord said he's gonna do, man. He's gonna raise us from the place of our captivity. All right, get a precept on that. This is Jeremiah chapter 16 verse 15. But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. Okay, and he did that by mainly by way of slavery. Okay, because our people are all around the world. All right, but what, when the Yahweh Shai comes back, all right, and delivers his elect, he's gonna gather them from the four winds of the earth. Okay, it says, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Okay, that's when we're gonna go back to our land. All right, and we're gonna be at peace. Okay. All right, so Joel chapter 3 verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them. Okay, starting with America, the great daughter of Babylon, and all these other places which we've been scattered, and will return your recompense upon your own head, and I will sell, because all these nations are going into slavery. Okay, it says, and I will, for 1,000 years, nice hardcore slavery. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for Yahweh has spoken it. Because what? These nations are going to be our slaves, man. All right, and the scriptures say it here in the book of Psalms. Psalms chapter 2 verse 8. It says, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. So we're going to own these heathens, man. All right, they're going to be our slaves, our possessions. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now. Well, I guess that's the main point right there, verse 9. Okay, so we're going to have power over these nations, and like the scripture said in the book of Revelation, okay, they're going to go into slavery just like they led us into slavery. Okay, and that's the fate. And that's what the prophecy that's set, okay, for these nations. Okay, and that's the joy that's set for the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. Okay, and so, you know, I'm going to end it there. Okay, Lord willing, I was edifying unto the elect. All right, this right here, this isn't what it is, man. All right, Jake didn't sell Jake into slavery. You had Africans, all right, Hamites, who sold us, all right, into slavery, us Israelites. Okay, they sold us to the Edomites. All right, so, you know, Lord willing, this video was edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And with that, Shalom.